Hi, and welcome to yet another edition of askmzjudz. As usual, I hope you are keeping well, taking good care of yourself, enjoying life as God gives it, and reaching out to the significant people in your life to ensure that we are all keeping well. Today, I thought I would just talk very briefly about cherishing your relationships. Cherish your relationships because they are life's currencies. And I'm coming at this from a place where in the last few months I've had experiences of friends who have transitioned, friends and family actually. Um, and as I struggle to wrap my head around what to make of those situations, I realized that my joy, my satisfaction came from remembering the times we had where we actually celebrated those people in their lives. And I could look back and see the impact that they've had on me and hopefully that I had on them that made those relationships worthwhile. The reason this is particularly challenging is that in certain situations we do not have an opportunity for a replay. When time has passed, it's passed, especially if this person who has invested in us or with whom we've had relationships of various sorts pass on and we've not had an opportunity to truly cherish the relationships or to make sense of what that relationship brought with it. In my experience, I was grateful because in this last few months, they've been relationships that I believed I invested enough in, validated, celebrated the people, so that when they passed on, there was no regret. But I could also imagine situations where, if for any reason people have invested in your life, they've been there for you, and then maybe you were too preoccupied with life that you did not give them the time that they needed, that you didn't even have an opportunity to voice your appreciation for their investment in your life, and you hear that they passed. I've known lots of people who really, unfortunately, try to overcompensate and it could never be compensated for. And there are others with unresolved issues with the people who've passed on, that life just doesn't carry on as it should. The reason, again, this is particularly important is that we are the better off for celebrating and acknowledging people who've invested in our lives. All our relationships make sense. Therefore, I am one who from time to time take the opportunity to just reach out to somebody to say, I appreciate you as a friend, maybe somebody who did something for me years ago and they've even forgotten. I take the opportunity to remind them, on such and such a day you did this for me, and every time I think of you, I remember that good deed, and it makes me feel good. And in all the instances where I've done this, it has made the people feel so appreciated and valued that I can almost say that it adds years to our lives to be in a good place of appreciation. I've seen people who did not take care of their relationships, and when it ended, the soreness and the bitterness and the pain that they lived with just really didn't make sense. So I'm offering you today to say, because we live in a world that is highly unexpected, we cannot predict all that happens to us. We want to be sure at every point in time that we are living a grateful, honest, and open life, that we value the people in our lives and we let them know. We don't wait until they pass on to begin to write wonderful eulogies. And that we too will be very intentional in our relationships with those around us, knowing that as we're investing in their relationships, we're investing in a better quality of life for them and for us. And when every one of us are happy in the same space, that happiness can create a ripple effect. And wouldn't it be far more enjoyable to see people around you be appreciated and happy than you being miserable, or you being the reason others feel neglected and miserable. And people, I guarantee you, it doesn't take that much time. It just takes a decision to acknowledge the people that we love and who love us, the people who have helped us in time past, the people we are helping. We also want to be intentional in helping them because that's an investment in their lives. And you will find that even when people are in difficult situations, maybe they don't have money, or their health is challenged, just remembering that they are being carried prayerfully and intentionally by us, by you, by all of us, would make a difference. Of course, you know the research that has shown that happiness, those who have a faith, have meaningful relationships, survive illnesses better than those who don't. Sometimes even terminal illnesses, the outcomes can be changed just by our investment in the lives of other people, emotional, spiritual, social, whichever way that makes sense to you. So today I'm going to ask that after watching this episode, that you make the effort to share it with people who you've appreciated, who've done things for you, as a sign to say you appreciate their investment in your lives. That you also send it to people you are doing things for, to say you want them to get to a place where they are more intentional in their relationships and in living life the way God wants us to. Thank you so much for hanging out with me again today. I look forward to coming your way again very soon. And as usual, I'm going to ask that you like, share, and subscribe, that you send an email if you'd rather, if you don't want to comment in the comment section for everyone's benefit. Send it to askmzjudz@gmail.com. So that's askmzjudz@gmail.com. I truly appreciate you working on this journey with me, and I trust that you will continue to appreciate those in your life and demonstrate by example that when we are all positive, hopeful, and supportive, our entire environment becomes healthier and more wholesome for anyone who participates in our community. Take care. I'll see you again real soon. God bless you. Bye.